Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Alright, so I figured when doing these videos, I wind up changing the zoom settings on my phone camera, and with the lights on, I don't think it's going to blow out the picture. You're going to see exactly what I'm doing, and I'm going to be able to focus on my talking points a little bit better for today's video. Now, as always, this content is being pre-recorded. Usually I do this stuff after work, or if I can over the weekend, I record a bunch of content, but I really wanted to enjoy my television on my off days. Okay. So a lot of this stuff will be shot after work, early in the morning. All right. So let's get into the motion when it comes to this TV on a Samsung S90C 77-inch television. Now, if you saw my video from yesterday, outside of game mode, I'm running the movie picture mode. That's my mode. That's what I make my custom selections to. All right. Now, if I go to picture clarity settings, if I click into it, I have some options. Right now it's off, but you can play with auto or custom. The reason why I keep this off, only because when it comes to watching sports, watching YouTube, listening to things on the television, things like that. Not everything that I consume is 24 frames or 30 frames. So what wind up happening is consumers that jump from an LED to a mini LED or things like that, and they jump into the realm of an OLED have that instant pixel response time. It's very fast. So when you watch low frame rate content, such as a film in 24 frames, or when you play a game that's in 30 frames per second, when you watch that back in real time, you get this herky-jerky motion effect. You get this judder effect that you simply just don't want. It's unpleasing to your eye. It's unsettling, and it can be pretty disturbing if you're just watching it. So that's why televisions have something called settings, so that you can set certain things to your liking. Now I'll leave it off. Now I did mention that I'm going to be getting into the Game Motion Plus, because I did want to try that out. I just have to pick like a nice cinematic game. I'm thinking just for a video, The Order 1886, because I beat that last generation on the PlayStation 4. And that game ran at 30 frames. I don't know if it was a 60 frames update for the PS5, but that's where this blur and judder reduction will come in on the gaming side. But for the non-gaming side, I have it off. It's just one of those things where, coming from a previous OLED televisions, things like that, your eyes do adjust to it over time, but the motion on this TV is similar to the motion on the previous OLED television that you might have had for 1 or 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, things like that. But you do have settings to smooth things out if that's your desired effect. Now I'm going to get into some content for YouTube. I'm going to run some motion tests. I think that's safe to play in this space, and we're just going to continue forward from there. All right, so this is an Iron Man suit up Infinity War from Avengers, 24 frames versus 60. But the motion on the OLEDs, like if you have like a device where you're able to match the frame rate, that's why the Apple TV amongst the streamers side of things is highly recommended, because across the operating system level, you're able to match the frame rate. So I'm gonna play this just so, and I'm gonna talk over there also. I got the volume all the way turned down, and you can just see for yourself. Now, when you're watching actual content that's not on YouTube, you will have that herky-jerky motion when it's panning. The action shots may not be this smooth in person. Some people may say you may need to add a little bit of soap opera, things like that. I'm gonna stop it there. All right. So you can see what I typed in on YouTube as well. But basically, you get the gist. If you had an OLED before and you get a QD OLED from Samsung, if you're used to what LG looks like in terms of their motion, some people may say it's a little bit smoother and the upscaling is a little bit better. You're coming from the LG WOLED or WRGB at this point, that will be considered sort of old tech, but still great looking tech at the same time. But stepping up to QD OLED, the motion is not going to be on the Samsung. I can't say that it's going to be better, but I can't say that it's going to be worse either, if that makes sense. So let me back out real quick. So I'm back at the home screen and I'm just going to go to my settings. So I'm going to tell you why my settings helped with that video I just did for a quick demo here. So if I go into video and audio, and this is on the Apple TV 4K, 3rd generation. So if I go to match content, I'm matching dynamic range. So I'm automatically playing correctly in SDR, HDR, HDR10, HDR10 plus, whatever the case may be. But more importantly, I'm matching the frame rate. So if you read that, it says play film and international content at its original frame rate, and some televisions do this automatically. So I got these two settings hooked up, they're on, and I don't have any issues. The motion is solid. Not the best, because it's an OLED when you're playing low frame rate content, but it's solid. It's watchable, is what I'm getting at. And if you need to add a little bit of motion smoothing, soap opera effect, then you have the ability to do so. Okay? So let me know what you think down in the comment section. What are your thoughts if you have this television? What are your thoughts on the motion? If you have another OLED, what are your thoughts on the motion of your television? Do you think that consumers should properly set up their devices along with their television to get the best possible experience when it comes to playing back video? I want to hear about all that. Until next time, peace out. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.